Sabine Data Vault is on everyone's mind, but is it the deck we should be playing? Is it even the Sabine we should be playing? Today, we're going to have a little conversation and do some play testing with Anakin Data Vault, Cassian Data Vault, and maybe a little Sabine Data Vault as well. I'm Jordan, joined by my teammates Kyle and Sharkey, and we're here to test this deck out. And I don't want to say taking the world by storm, but we've really seen Data Vault over the past couple weeks be massively played, whether it's Ray, Qi'ra, maybe not so much Anakin and Cassian. Sharkey, I know you're working on Phasma as well. Are we going Data Vault crazy? Potentially, but today we're gonna test it out and take it from there. So just to kind of lay the foundation a little bit, Kyle, what brought you to the concept of saying, hey, I want to try Anakin Data Vault?
Yeah, so, as we talked about last week, I wanted to try out some of this Sabine Data Vault. So, we built it a little bit of my own flavor, right? Tried to get some more of the Rebel package in there and threw it on the table at home. So my wife and I played it a good amount, and my wife ended up taking to a tournament. It did pretty well, but in the end, it wasn't working for me. And I thought, well, what if same deck but Anakin leader, right? Because where I was running into some problems was the game was elongating a little bit with Data Vault more than it was with ECL. And so I'd either run out of gas or I had a hard time taking care of difficult units. At least in my view, Anakin allows me to kind of trade up, handle some of those things. It gives me that extra oomph on the Anakin flip to kind of close out a game and be able to run that 1 or 2 turns longer than I needed to run. So, I've been working on it. I think it's a way to go. I think it's interesting, though, because our friend Sharkey over here, I think had kind of a similar thought process of, hey, this is Sabine Data Vault, but what if different leader? It's just interesting that we went in a different direction. So, Sharkey, how did yours work out?
Yeah, in this case, it's very much like you described. I like the Sabine Data Vault deck, but I was noticing myself running out of gas. And sometimes I'm drawing bricks that I don't like. So I thought to myself, well, how can I make that more consistent? And more consistent generally ends up being more cards. So the leader that lets you do that is Cassian, and happens to be able to run basically the same package that Sabine does, with a few minor variations here and there to account for the leader. But generally, it's been really solid and way better than I expected it to be. So it's been fun, and I mean, it's been tearing up anybody that is also getting beat up by Sabine Data Vault right now.
Yeah, we've been playing them online, right? So now it's time to put them in paper and give them a try out. Kind of the different angles, right? So kind of with the Anakin angle, instead of trying to get more card advantage, more card draw, I'm trying to just bring the hammer with Anakin. Yeah. And there's a few Anakin tools I want to put in there, right? The Dark Sabers become General's Blades. They're good to slap on Anakin. And then maybe that bravado hit to take them out, that sort of thing, right? So I'm still trying to close out the game in a very aggressive fashion, but I'm doing it on turn, the 6, 7 resources, right? Rather than on Sabine a little bit sooner.
So there's a couple things that are going on here, right? Like we're answering 2 separate questions. 1, how do we focus on consistency with Cassian? 2, are we better off just having a bigger, chunkier, thicker, if you will, leader flip? Is Anakin that thing? So we'll pull up the list and we'll talk about it. And let's also set a couple biases aside and lay the stage a little bit. The Sabine Data Vault list that won in France is obviously a great deck list. It won the largest SWU tournament known to date. We're not poo-pooing, we're not naysaying, but in some of our testing, we felt that it was a little slow. It struggled into decks like Qi'ra. It struggled into decks that you were trying to race with sometimes. I personally thought it really struggled into some of like the pilot decks, like I almost call them like the BS pilot decks, the ones that could just go really, really fast. I also will say that sometimes you wonder, like, should I be running Fleet Lieutenant? In this list, they weren't running Fleet Lieutenant, right? Like, they weren't running any of the Rebel package really outside of Rebel Assault. So in the build that I put together, which you'll see up on screen right now, it has a little bit more of the Rebel package. It also has the Red Squadron Wire Wing to kind of turn on some pings. Is that good? I'm not sure. I don't love the 1-3. I don't love that ability only being on attack, but it felt more Sabine to me. And Sabine is a nice adjective that I'll be using as well. One thing that one of our teammates, Makai, mentioned, and he, great player, great strategist of the game overall, is that it's difficult to play a deck that is not ramping, that's running Wrecker and Crate Dragon. And I agree, it is clunky, right? So is my version better? Maybe not. For me, it's been running a little bit smoother. So let's hop over to the Anakin Data Vault list, and we'll have Kyle take us through it a little bit.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned before, it was kind of what if Sabine, which means I'm going for an aggressive strategy here, and the rebel package in particular, right? Anakin himself is not a rebel, Anakin the leader, but the rest of the deck is still very rebel package focused. So it is very much that Sabine aggressive shell, but I'm trying to add a little oomph to kind of get over that hurdle at the end, right? And what that is a very powerful Anakin flip. Right? I'm going to flip him over. I'm going to put a saber on him. That might allow me to get a little wider with the saber discount, but it certainly is going to allow me to overwhelm in a more impactful way. And maybe even with that bravado finisher that you see in some of the Anakin blue decks, that sort of thing, right? So, it's just kind of extending that kill zone a little bit above where Sabine could do it, but also being able to trade up more efficiently when I need to into some of these more obnoxious units. K2 is really powerful in this strategy as well, right? So he's just another unit that I can pump and overwhelm, that sort of thing. So, that's the general idea.
Yeah, and then you have units like Mace Windu. I guess one of the differences between this and the Sabine deck is that in the Sabine deck, a lot of care has been put in to deal with units like Avenger, units like Devastator. That's why Radis is being played, right? Like the Adelphi package is really to kind of change that curve from, Poe ECL to Adelphi on 5 and then Timely Poe, right? So all of these different trade-offs are there. You also are playing some stuff like U-Wing and some of the hits that we've been talking about here and there. So that's one of the fears I would have for this deck is like the Qi'ra stuff. So we'll put it to the test there later on today, and we'll take it from there. And then as we go to the Cassian side, I mean, card draw is great. I mean, in here we have, instead of the Adelphi, we're running the Hammerhead, right, Sharkey?
Yep.
So take us through the list a little bit, and I'll shut my trap.
Yeah, so this one actually I think leans a little even further into the Rebel package. I kind of took the adjustments that you made to Sabine and used that as the shell for the Cassian deck, because Cassian as a leader actually is also a Rebel.
Sure.
So some of the favorite turns I've had are on his flip turn where I can Rebel Assault with him and whatever I played the turn before. And usually I'm able to set it up so I have quite a few units on the board, and obviously there's control decks that can get in the way of that, but being able to hit for 3 consistently per turn, draw a card, play another unit, and have so many options that it just doesn't feel like I'm drawing as many bricks as I did with previous and multiple other Data Vault decks that I have run. The other one is the Rebellious Hammerhead is fantastic with Cassian's card draw. There's been multiple times where I've been able to timely intervention that, have it pop out, do some damage, and take out another unit. And sometimes that unit's Devastator. So it's got a good top end. It's kind of ends around the 6 resources right now, so I'm kind of exploring where else it can go and how high it can go. The other part of it is the extra card draw does make For a Cause kind of interesting too, because you can play that early enough and then draw the card you put back on top. Or if you put multiple back on top, you can kind of stack it so you can make it so you get what you're looking for. Those have been very interesting interactions for this particular deck.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, when playing Cassian, the one thing that kind of stuck out to me, especially with an aggressive strategy, was the action churning, right? I find it really important with Sabine and kind of what I'm trying to do with Anakin to have initiative a lot. I want to hit first, right? I suppose with Cassian and the card draw, you're probably giving that up a lot of the time, right? You're saying, I'm gonna defer, I'm gonna spend a resource, draw a card, and I'm probably gonna lose initiative. Has that been problematic?
It hasn't been problematic, but it is an adjustment to the playstyle. I have noticed that both of the Data Vault decks that I've been running, which is Phasma and Cassian, you're kind of giving up initiative anyway, and so the play lines kind of mesh together in a way that makes sense. Coming from a Cad Bane background anyway, me not having initiative isn't a problem for me. You just have to think about it in a different kind of way. You're less likely to guarantee a Fleet Lieutenant hit, although, at least in the early game, whereas later on in the thing, you have enough units out there, you can probably make it happen. You just can't jam it immediately all the time.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of the question we have to ask ourselves when we're doing this. Like, one, at a core level, is Cassian's ability and Anakin's power enough to take this off of Sabine? And two, how much is the card draw worth in terms of initiative or not, right? Like these are all calculuses that we've had to make as Sabine players. Like, should we ping, should we not ping, et cetera, et cetera. As a Qi'ra player, should we shield or not? Like all these questions we have to answer, and that's what we'll try to do today. One thing, Sharkey, on this list specifically that I see, especially with the masterpiece, with the hammerhead, with the concept of trying to ping a little bit, I do wonder if red 5 would be a nice inclusion here. That is something on the original Sabine Euro list, the Data Vault list, that I thought was really interesting, and that's something that I really wanted to keep inside of my like more rebel focus build, and I've been liking it. But it's not like when you're playing Quinn or Cat or Django and you always have ways to turn on these pings. So I've been thinking about that a little. Has that been on your list at all?
It's been on my I would like to test it list, but the masterpiece was such a big hammer sometimes that I've not currently gotten around to it yet. The enabling the pings has been a little bit harder for the Cassian build specifically, just because of the nature of the way it plays. It is something on my list I want to test though.
So before we dive into the games, any final thoughts, any things that we're really looking for as we set up some live gameplay or live to tape?
Yeah, I mean, it might be worth at least mentioning what we're going to play it into. If the viewers want to see the lists, I'm sure we put them in the descriptions afterwards, but we can at least talk about what we're going to play it into and why.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. So on the list today, we have Quinn Tarkentown, we have Qi'ra Data Vault, and maybe we'll do a little Sabine ECL action as well. I also built Anakin Colossus for the day. We'll see if we want to test that. We have CAD. We'll see how these matchups go. But I think the core here is putting Cassian to like the Qi'ra test, putting Anakin to the Qi'ra test, having Cassian play or Anakin play Quinn and see how that goes. Because sometimes Anakin isn't a great matchup for Quinn, and vice versa sometimes. So we'll dive into the gameplay. We'll have some fun doing it, and we will put those assumptions to the test once again.
All right, first game we got Cassian Data Vault versus Qi'ra Data Vault. Kyle, what color are you picking?
I got the blue leader. I'm going to take blue.
It looks like red. Hey, look at that. I get it.
Yeah, you're going to need it. I mean, you're playing without a showcase leader, so you're probably already doomed here.
Super disadvantaged already.
Yeah. Well, at least you brought a hyperfoil base. You got a little bit of a shot.
It's coming back around. It's okay.
All right, so I'm thinking this is a whole lot like Sabine. Sabine typically not great for Qi'ra, at least not my favorite matchup that I want to see.
It's all pretty interesting.
But I'm thinking you're going to be a little bit slower because you're going to flip later. I don't have to worry about getting dark sabered probably, so we'll see.
What makes you think that? Cassian with a dark saber can happen.
You might.
So I think I want to go into these two right away.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna
this
put that
hand
down.
is-
We save that for later.
This is tough. We're definitely putting that down, but
Yep.
can I
Down and up.
Can I just draw an extra card to
Nope.
start?
Nope. See, I get to do that. You don't. You ready to go?
No,
not quite.
Not quite. Trying to decide if I really want to do this or not. Because I don't have the initiative, right?
You do not have the initiative. That's correct.
That makes me sad. All right.
Should have rolled better.
Yep.
All right. We're going to start
If
with
I had the initiative, this hand would be really good.
2 for a Phoenix Squadron A-Wing.
All right. Well, I'll claim then.
Cool. All yours. Let's go.
Great. Yeah, well, that resource decision's easy.
Same.
All right. I claimed because I don't want to get hit by that or have you draw cards. Sole power.
I choose the Phoenix Squadron A-Wing.
It's a good choice.
I'll play Echo Base Defender.
All right.
I think the
I'll
turn
pass.
2 power is so tough sometimes.
Yeah,
It can be.
I think I wanted to power on turn 2 though, was into Cassian because I didn't want him to draw. I mean, I had turn 1 options, but that's why if I'd had initiative, I would play to turn 1 play, right?
We're
But
actually going to swap that.
okay, well, I'm happy with my turn 4 play here, though. We're gonna go with that perimeter ATRT.
It's not power?
No, but it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I'll give you that one. I'll do 2 for an A-Wing.
I feel like I've seen that before. I'm gonna claim again.
Seems like the perimeter ATRT is making like a little bit of a play over Childson.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
was my. I was running Childson in this deck, but I ran into a lot of hands like this, frankly, where I've got a lot of green, right? And so I wasn't doing me any
think-
favors.
I still do the bash here. And put 4 damage on it.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is you're not pinging, right? Obviously, you don't have Sabine.
Yep.
So I'm not taking that kind of chip damage here, which is
Yep. Not yet.
immediately.
And then you already claimed, yeah?
Yep.
Good to go. Oops.
I don't think we're gonna need that guy.
Oh, that's interesting. Going to 5.
Yes, sir.
Let me put that down.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I think I have a pretty obvious play. We're gonna just OB and wipe your board.
Okay.
So 3-2, right?
Think you do have a pretty obvious play. How big is that thing now?
It is currently a 5/7 -3. It's got 3 health.
Now I'm doing
Or -4. Sorry, so 7 -4. Yeah, 3 health. I did it. I said the wrong number, but I did the math right.
I'm gonna tap 4. We'll just play K2.
K2SO. Let's see. You don't have anything left. Do I want to use Qi'ra to kill a K2? Oh, you could still. Is Cassian on 5 or no? He's 6.
He's
He
at
doesn't
6.
even come out yet. All right, so I could kill K2. I guess I could just attack into him. Could claim. If I claim, do I have a better option? I don't think I do. I don't want to waste Qi'ra on him, so I'm just going to run the RT into it and call it a day here into that.
Okay. 3 damage base.
Right.
We'll pay 1 from Cassian, draw a card.
Wait, why does he draw a card?
Because I just did 3 damage to your base.
Oh, I thought you had to like attack with something.
Nope.
All right, well, claim.
Pass.
One, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be at 6 here, huh? That's interesting. I think we're going to just slam this guy.
All right.
All right, I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass. I'll flip Cassian.
Yeah, okay. I will respond by flipping Qi'ra.
Okay.
Qi'ra doesn't get numbers. Nobody puts Qi'ra in the corner.
I'm going to play 1 for Timely. Pay 5 for Chewbacca. Chewbacca's going to eat Qi'ra.
Okay. I think in response to that, I will take down Cassian.
Okay. He's been taken down, and I will claim.
I'm going to play Dr. Pershing.
Okay.
And then I will pass. Where's my little... I have to do one of these, right?
You have 3 damage on base, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
just not marking on
No, we're
base.
good. I'm just double checking that I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's on that, that little thing over there.
It's been a while since we've done this, all right?
Yeah.
We're on 6, going to 7.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay
I'll look at my resource row here before I decide what I'm doing.
same, actually. We do that. So, wait, let's check.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to 7. Man, it hurts. I don't think I really want to do that, but I probably should.
All right. I'm ready when you are, but take your time.
Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Chewbacca's going to maul Pershing.
Oh, okay. Let's put out a Pike Sentinel.
Okay. We'll do 3 for an Echo-based defender.
Okay. I'm going to shield up said Pike Sentinel.
Okay. I'll do 2 for a Green Squadron A-Wing.
What do I not like over there? You are nearly tapped out, huh?
Still have 2.
Man, this feels really gross, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna no glory the Echo Base Defender.
Okay. You control it. Congratulations. I'm going to claim.
We'll pass. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it could be worse. Could be better. I'm at 7. Yeah. I think.
It's tough. So I want to do this. I have to do this, I think. Because I
we
gotta
stay at 7.
I need to go to 8, so. What
All
am I
right,
at? I'm
ready to
still
rock?
only at 3. Got 30 more to go over there, huh?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, how much you done to me? We'll do 3 more.
I'm Qi'ra. I don't care about doing
I'm
damage. to you.
Qi'ra.
I break your soul and then I kill you.
Yeah, that's
Let's get rid of Chewbacca.
Yep, 2 down. We're going to draw a card.
Oh, we'll power then.
Okay, I choose the Green Squadron A-Wing. You have how many up?
5.
Sabine's Masterpiece.
Gunship.
Okay, Luke.
Claim.
And good to go. And we'll stay. I believe I'm at 7 still.
Yeah. I won't be able to slam this fast enough, Avenger.
Yep, I choose that, and we'll do that. Now we do math, sorry.
It's the Judge Avenger. I think it also says game over.
We'll do, yeah. What's the cost now? Yeah. Play timely for 1, 2, and an additional 4. Replace the smuggle. K2 will come down and overrun the Pike Sentinel for 3 to base, and I take 2 back.
All right. You only have 1 left.
Yep.
You did damage, so you're probably gonna want to draw. So I'll take 3 to base.
Okay. I will draw a card.
I thought you might. I will claim.
And I'll pass.
Can I have the initiative, sir?
Here you go. Where's it's under your deck. It's like you
Yep.
got everything all mixed up. I believe I'm at 7. I think I'm gonna stay at 7.
Yep.
Let me double check. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll stay.
All right. Base for 8.
Yep.
And
Luke.
Yep.
3. Did I do that right? Cool. Base for 4.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is probably the way to go. 3, 6, 8. Walker.
Okay.
Discard. Heal for 3.
Cool. I'll draw a card.
Okay. I'm gonna Qi'ra up the gunship here.
Okay. That makes it 5.
Yep.
Cool. Now we do math. 1 sec. 6 for a hammerhead.
Okay.
We're gonna do 3, 6 damage to the walker.
Where's my 1? All right. How badly do I want 5 damage on your base versus being able to hit with that walker? I think I'd rather hit with the walker. That swings for 8, which is more than 5, so I'll claim.
8 is literally more than 5. Good
Yep.
call.
Let's see.
Let's see. Sorry. Organizing resources now.
It's all good.
I'm at 8. I'm good to go.
To that end, we will go 6 to your base.
6 to base.
And I'm going to discard that resupply.
Okay. I will pay 1 for a rebel assault.
Ooh.
6 and 5 to base. 11 total. Sorry. 6 to base. 5 here.
Yeah.
And we'll do what?
5, 6 minus 3, so 2 to base.
Yep. 2 total to base, followed by 3 more from
So
K2.
5 plus 6. It's still 11.
It ended up being 11. I wasn't 100% sure of that before I did math.
5, 10, 11. All right, well, let's get rid of that thing. 8 to base.
It's done. I should do the 8.
You're at 25.
25, which unfortunately puts me at lethal, so we're going to do...
No. You have 33.
Yeah, but that does 8.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to do Red Hope.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll... Ooh, the gunship doesn't kill it, huh?
Technically not dead yet.
How much do I got to do to you here? 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you got to do how much to me? You're a ways off. 10 here. All right, we're gonna slam Vader.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go search. 7, 8, 9, 10. Seems pretty good. Pike Sentinel.
Drawing those all day, man. Those are killing me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run here. I'm just gonna. All right, back to you, sir.
I will draw a card because I did a bunch to base, right?
Yep.
Just double checking.
Okay, you've only got 2 left. I'm gonna claim.
Okay, pass.
Okay.
Kind of looking for a particular card and I'm not finding it.
Yeah, I'll show you my hand here in a second. I'm
No,
not sure what it
I
would
don't
be
think
that would
there's-
possibly matter, but
More of trying to come back from it, but yeah, I didn't draw what I was looking for. So you got it. Hit me.
yeah. So I was holding Maul, No Glory, and Vigilance too. So
Yeah. I got a bunch of things that were great. I just didn't draw them until just recently.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Game 2. Must have done. Yeah, the Pike Sentinels early were really good for you.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is just to
Stop.
slow you down, right, until
Yeah.
I get to this sort of nonsense, and then hopefully then there's just no really fighting me.
Yeah.
From the outside perspective, it seemed like the lack of that ping damage did make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I didn't feel as pressured. Like usually Sabine, I feel like very pressured. I'm like looking for heals. I'm like, oh, how do I not die? I felt like at least that game I was kind of able to sit back and
Yeah.
just let it come to me.
This thing is having a few issues with Sentinels. So it's something.
What do you think?
look
Do I bring
for.
in Annihilators?
Probably, yeah.
Probably
Yes. Like I got a couple things to bring in,
Yeah, a couple of things.
but I didn't bring enough sleeves like a dope, so I have to swap some sleeves out.
maybe I bring these in. I don't know. We got to see what we're gonna take out if we're gonna bring that stuff in. So that actually worked out for me as a way to end things. So I don't know.
All right.
Let's see
So
what might not
whoever's
be
interested, we're bringing those, and we're gonna bring 3 of these.
That can probably go.
The cool part about Cham in this deck, he's a rebel.
Yeah. Yep.
So now we gotta figure out what we're taking out, though.
Yeah, I don't have a lot I want to take out. Is the
Technically, we're doing
problem.
that backwards way. We should be figuring out what to take out first, but
I don't know about this in this matchup. It has some hits, but it can be dangerous.
I know 3
That's
of the
probably
cards
a
I'm
little
taking
too
out,
late.
but
Maybe there. I mean, most of it I actually think feels pretty good here. Like I have a couple cards I want to bring in, but I don't know about my sideboard plan here.
yeah,
I guess I probably want those. I don't know about those. Probably these. If I brought those in, I could take out this guy. And maybe one of these. This does feel a little late. Maybe I do. I keep the other one.
there we go. All right, we're swapping.
No, I think we're going to keep that guy.
Oh. And do a lot of shuffling, and we'll be good to go.
We'll bring that out. We're not going to bring those in. We're going to keep that. We're just going to bring in that. All right.
All right.
In this deck, I've already got, Sabine being one of my worst matchups. I'm already tilted a little that way with some of what I got main deck. So my sideboard plan, I probably need to put a little more thought into exactly what that should look like into like an aggressive type decks. I feel like I'm already kind of leaning that way. A lot of my sideboard is like Palp's Returns, Annihilator, like it's slanted towards the
later
the
game.
mirror, the longer games.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is still, I would call it like on the tempo side of mid range, but
Yeah, it's definitely a little slower than Sabine, that's for sure.
yeah, there's no way this thing's ever going to be considered faster than Sabine. But
Cassian coming out on 6 kind of sucks.
it's a big deal. Actually, I like Cassian as a leader unit is just okay
How many cards did you draw that game? I'm trying to think. So, part of why we're doing Cassian is to
to draw. A
help
lot.
fill your hands because the data vault,
I
right?
drew a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the number is now. We can go back and count it in post, but I drew a lot. I think I even forgot to draw a card when I Rebel Assaulted with Cassian. So, like,
I will say there were times where I was able to grab initiative, or I would assume I'm like, well, he's probably going to draw a card, so I can actually do another action. Whereas like against another leader, I might not.
yeah,
To try to take initiative. But I figure, I mean, you could always just not draw that card and still take initiative. But
some of it ends up being, it depends on what's in my hand and if I was looking for something specific.
yeah,
And there were a few times I was looking for like a Chewbacca early, that I couldn't quite get something to stick with. But
Yeah, Chewbacca could be a pain in the butt.
yeah.
But I've got the no glories, so at least I have.
Yeah, you've
I have
got an
something.
answer. Okay.
Yikes. Okay, I got these, but I don't really have any follow-ons, so I think we're gonna throw this back, fam.
I'm gonna keep it. I'll do that.
I don't know. I could regret it. That hand wasn't terrible. That was definitely like, after mulligan, if I walked into that hand post mulligan, I would be like, okay, this is fine, but I'm getting a little. I won game one, so I think I'm getting a little greedy
Nothing wrong with that.
into a better hand.
All right. Now we're back at 0. I'm keeping a hand that looks a little like this.
There you go.
And this is a totally good cut for you.
All right, thanks.
We have resourced that.
So you won initiative,
I
huh?
do.
Yeah.
I keep it.
Oh, see, I think my greed paid off there.
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Sometimes being greedy is all right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're definitely gonna resource that. And I feel like resourcing that is just bad luck. So I know it's later in the game.
Just bad luck.
I know it's later in the game, but I really don't want to. It's the right decision, though. All right.
Hate that. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hey, look, I got another A-wing.
Oh, you turd.
I know.
All right, well, then I'll start with this.
Claim.
Pass.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah, that gets weird.
I don't like seeing all of this right
I
away.
think. Yeah. I think I gotta put this one down right now. And hope we see it again later.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Sure.
Everybody's favorite Wookiee.
Oh, no.
Chewbacca's here.
All right, I need to draw.
Yep.
I need to draw into an answer specifically.
Specifically an answer for that one. I'm gonna bop your base for 6.
Yeah, see, this is always the start that makes me
If you play power, I'll choose Chewie, or I'll choose the
I
A-wing.
bet you. Yeah, if you have Cham also, I'm gonna be sad. I'll
Oh, that would
resupply.
be cool, wouldn't it? All right, I'm gonna claim.
Pass.
All right.
At least this allows me to, if I get no glory, to actually be able to play it, right? So
Right. All right.
I don't like where this is headed at all.
I think we have to get a little interesting with it. Let me keep drawing. So we got to really do that. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Oops, I should write that. But I'm gonna timely an echo based defender into Pershing.
Wow. Okay.
And don't love doing that, but I don't want you drawing cards.
Nah, it doesn't seem that bad at all. Cause my hand's tough, man. This might be already just kind of GG here.
Yeah.
And when an unchecked Chewie starts going off,
Unchecked Chewie, and I've got a few options now. It's a little scary.
mm-hmm. And I can't even like really flip here.
Yeah, you can. You can run right into the defender.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Silly.
see, we even have a Sentinel token for him.
Yeah.
He's just guarding.
I can't do nothing, so I guess I'll Pike Sentinel.
Okay, I'll bop your base for 6.
Yeah.
Just a quick bop.
I guess I'll Qi'ra.
Here, put a shield on.
Yep.
I will claim initiative.
And then I'm gonna flip Qi'ra.
Okay. Technically 1.
Yeah, at least it allows the Pike Sentinel to
And-
kill that thing, right? It's kind of
Yeah, we get 2 up here, if I math correctly.
yeah. Yeah, and my hand sucks. All right, and then I'll pass.
All right.
Oh no.
That's a good sound.
We're almost into Scoopsville.
Ooh. That is something I'm okay with. I'm a little biased, though. I think we put that down. Well,
I mean, again, an unchecked Chewie is like, I have answers to it in the deck. I just
Just gotta
have
find
not
them.
drawn into them.
you
And
have to
so it's like,
find them in the data vault.
yeah, I mean, it's,
Sorry.
Chewie steals games when this happens.
I still have a decision to make for resourcing. This is actually a pretty tough one. I think I should figure out what's going on now. Woof. All right, we're doing that, and we're gonna regret it later. All right, ready to kill the defender? Oh, did I claim it? Or did you claim
you
it?
have initiative.
Oh, I did claim it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll put 4 on your base.
Yes, Sentinel. You.
He's a
goober.
Sentinel. I won't put 4 on your base. I'll put 6 on your base instead. You're right. He didn't have the Sentinel token. I forgot he was there.
Now I'll kill him.
He's hiding.
I don't need tokens.
I don't need tokens. All right. All right. And Qi'ra is just a 4, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to play 5 for blue leader, and we're going to knock her out of there.
Okay.
Kind of not going our card draw direction, but you know what? We're getting a lot of damage at least. Well, it's something.
Yeah. Again, I think I'm just gonna die here because if I can't handle Chewy, I'm just dead. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll vigilance. I'll kill that and I'll heal for 5.
Okay.
But that doesn't help
Blue
me.
leader down.
This doesn't help me win the game at all.
I will claim that initiative afterward.
All right, pass.
All right. I still ended up positive on damage that round, so I'm happy with it. All right, we're going to go to... Yeah, we'll put that down because we're going to 6 now.
Yep.
Actually, let's get weird with it.
No, I'm going to 7, but you can go to 6.
Sorry, you're right. There's no we there. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hey, look, 6 more.
Yeah. The gunship.
OB? No. Sorry.
If I had OB, I mean, there's a lot of answers in this deck, right? An overwhelming barrage during these turns.
Yeah, that would
a
help.
no glory only results during these turns. It's not
Um,
like there's not answers. I just haven't drawn them.
I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to draw a card.
Okay, I'm going to use Qi'ra.
Okay. I will count how many resources. You got 1 up?
Yep.
Okay, flip Cassian.
Yeah, I'll claim. How much can you do?
4 to base, draw a card. Put K2 out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm good to go.
All right.
Okay. Getting interesting.
All right, I'll kill the Chewy. Fine.
Chewy is down.
We did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
Only a few turns late. It's fine.
Yeah. After it's probably far too late to win the game, but
Don't count yourself out yet. Cassian will hit your base for 4 more, though, and I'm going to draw a card.
okay.
All right, we're getting some interesting draws.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll slam a walker.
Okay.
Heal 3.
Okay, K2 is going to put 4 back on your base.
Uh-huh. I'll claim.
And I have 7 resources. 2, 4, 6. Marine, A-Wing, A-Wing. Good to go.
Okay. Super laser blaster bust, right?
Yep.
I did not get it, so we'll go to game 3.
All right, game 3. We made it.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like I just got cheesed that game as well.
I mean, that's what Chewy does.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But from a deck perspective,
Yeah, I was drawing a lot of cards there at the end. I just didn't find any of my hammerheads.
yeah, any Chewy deck can win those games if
I needed my hammerheads.
you have no
Well,
answer.
I didn't really need them, but I would have been able to nuke the gunship out of the air.
Probably. I don't know about these, to be honest. My snow glories were stuck together. That helps.
Oh, that's fun. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I have that happen with Cad Bane unit all the time.
Right.
One of the things that I was just thinking about for this deck, I'm trying to remember what I was just thinking now because I had a thought and then it just left me. But like, the card draw is nice, but everything being a rebel is really handy. I haven't seen a fleet lieutenant really yet, or had the opportunity for it. But having that option plus rebel assault is a really interesting option to have built back into the red-green heroism thing. Because it feels like the Sabine list that we saw when France was a little leaning away from that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's still effective. But I have very much enjoyed rebel assaulting a hammerhead.
Well, I like playing these games because I feel like I made some poor sideboarding choices there, which I learned the hard way there.
Yeah.
So, we'll see if I can make better choices this time.
I'd prefer if you didn't, just for one more game. Nah, I'm kidding.
See, I don't know how important this is in the Sabine, to be honest. If I'm looking for cards to resource down. Well, you're not Sabine, but aggro in
I'm
general.
not Sabine, but I look a lot like her.
Yeah.
I assume you want that one.
Yep. I think we consider going down there to fit in some of the stuff we do want, because I don't think that's as important. It can be good, but sometimes I resource it anyway. So, question is, do I want to keep these in? I think I can even go down one of those
It's a resounding maybe.
to bring in all of this, right? I think that's better choices.
Going heavy on the sideboard.
Well, also rotating some stuff that I took out that
Oh,
I
yeah.
probably shouldn't have.
Bring it
now
back
that
in.
well, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna find out. Yeah, I guess I'll have initiative. for
Even
once.
with Cassian drawing cards, I still sometimes feel like Data Vault decks, and this one too, has wrong half the deck syndrome. Like where I feel like I'm drawing like that last turn where I played 3 units. I'm like I just drew those two over.
Drew a million
Cassian's
cards,
thing
but just
and-
not what you wanted.
Yeah, I
Didn't
drew a
matter
million
because
cards and they're all
you went ship Chewy, and that was really all that happened that game.
Don't get me wrong, it worked.
Yeah.
But sometimes it still feels like that. Maybe it's something to get used to with Data Vault. Maybe it's just something I don't know. But like I've had that problem with pretty much every Data Vault deck that I've run.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally I get that with the other ones, but not. It doesn't feel like nearly as much. And it might just be I'd notice it because I'm playing Data Vault and looking for it. But
All right, well, we're shuffled up here. Game 3.
Game 3, get the grudge match. All right, there you go. That's good enough. I don't want to spend too much time shuffling your deck. I don't like touching your deck. All right, 2, 4, and 6.
Carl didn't touch my deck, so
Good
it's
luck.
safe.
Carl's floating around somewhere around here. Yeah? All right. I think we have to put that down, which sucks.
I don't hate that. But I think this hand is too slow, so we're
I
gonna
think we do that.
gonna
As
mulligan.
well. Let me try that. And we're gonna see if keeping these two in particular, I'm questioning. I always like to keep that if I can. And then this is hopefully gonna set something. We'll see.
Well, a couple weeks ago we talked about the Data Vault consistency. So like right there, like drawing an answer to Chewy. Like I have a few answers, but just
It's a lot harder.
could not
to
find them forever.
Yeah.
Just took a beating while
Just
I was
to track-
hoping one would come up. You know.
Just so everyone's tracking, what answers were you looking for outside of No Glory? No Glory is an obvious one, but were
Yeah.
there other options for you?
Overwhelming Barrage.
Okay.
Traitorous.
Yeah. Oh, Traitorous is a good point.
Confiscate is in the sideboard.
So you had a fair amount. It's
Yeah.
not just the 3 cards.
Yeah, there are things that can come, right? So,
Mhm.
all right, I'm not hating my mulligan decision.
That's fair.
Man, I really like that. This one's got to go. I like being able to potentially play that, but I feel like I cannot get rid of that. And I want to start with one of these two. Since I'm going first, I got to make the choice. I think since I have this, I'm safer to start here rather than having a contest here. So we're going to... I think I really want to be able to do that, but then I could do 2 of these. So I think he's the one that goes. All right.
All right, ready to rock?
Yep.
Hit it.
All right.
Pershing, and I'll play Sabine.
All right. Claim.
And pass. You gonna shield Pershing?
Probably not. Probably not.
It'll be fine.
Doesn't seem like a play I would be looking to
That
make.
doesn't seem like something I would do.
Yeah. Man, I'm having tough resource calls here because I kind of want to keep this guy.
Sometimes it's a good problem to
I
have.
like this guy.
Maybe not this early, but
I'm less worried about this right now, but I feel like I could get punished. Now I have a follow-up. We're going to do it, and we're hopefully not going to be sad when that bites us in the butt later.
fair.
Draw a card.
Draw a card.
Okay. Now I want to undo my resourcing.
3 to base. Undo, control Z.
Yeah. All right. Inferno 4.
Okay.
Scry Fighter.
Go looking.
Oh. I guess I should show what it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look.
I do like this with my leader specifically. Going into the turn we're going into, but I do have a play I want to make, so the odds of me playing it seem low. So I think we're gonna throw it, but we're gonna keep the other one as a defensive strategy.
1 bottom, 1 top.
Yep,
Cool. You have 1 resource left.
I do.
I will, just in case, I'll play Luke Skywalker.
Okie
Are you
dokie.
with me? Or are you still with me?
I
You
don't
still
think anything here is worth shielding over having initiative, so I'm gonna claim.
Okay, and then I will draw a card. Because I did 3 damage to base.
Yeah, you did.
Oops. I'll draw a card properly. And now I'm good to go.
All right. 2.
I think we do that.
All right. Well, I think we know we're playing this either way, so we'll just start with the perimeter
I
ATRT.
was hoping you'd overwhelming barrage. That would have been funnier.
Well, that costs 5. And I don't have 5, so I probably won't do
I
that.
did say it would be funnier. Let's see here. We're gonna play something I was not expecting to actually do now. We'll play Timely Intervention. I'm gonna play Sabine's Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
So Masterpiece is gonna come in
Mm-hmm.
and do the ambush into Inferno 4.
Mm-hmm.
It will ping the ATRT, and it will give Luke Skywalker an experience token.
I'm gonna scry because you killed my
Um,
thing.
Sorry, it's gonna give Sabine because I can do math. Sabine gets the experience.
This is what I'm seeing. We're gonna top bottom, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna draw a card.
Yes, you are. For me. Ready?
Yep.
Sabine will kill the ATRT.
Mm-hmm.
Take 3 damage back.
Yeah, because you hit for 4 now.
Yep, because she has the experience token.
I'll claim.
And I'll bop your base for another.
This has 2 damage on it, you
You're right.
cheater.
Thank you. It's automatic when you play
Cheater.
online. 3 to base, and then I'm from Luke, and then I'm good to go.
All right.
You claimed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I remember things. All right, we'll put that down. If you flip, you actually heal my units.
Mm. True.
You could OB with Pershing. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're not going to do that, though. The gunship, we cannot be letting you get value off that, so I'm going to gunship the Masterpiece.
Okay,
I know
Masterpiece down. That's fair.
it's just potentially too much more value.
Luke is going to knock out Dr. Pershing.
Sure. And Sabine hits for 4, huh? I'll pass.
I will play For a Cause I Believe in.
Ooh.
I'm going to do that. Pay for it. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Okay.
So we got 4 damage showing. Let's look back at the hand here. We're going to put that on top, that below it, and the other
He's
2
dead, right?
can
Pershing's
go
dead.
to discard.
You killed Pershing, right?
I did kill Pershing. So we're going to put those 2 back on top.
Yep. I'm only at 10 here. I don't need to go that fast. How many actions? If I flip, you're just gonna run Sabine in.
Nah.
Presumably. I'll pass again.
Okay, I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah, I figured. Spend 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass again.
Working on that, and then I'll claim.
Oh, there you go. That prevents the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get rebel assaulted, perhaps.
Maybe. One would hope, right?
Yeah.
All right,
2,
well,
3, 4,
we're back to
6.
the spot.
Okay. I can do this. I can do this.
All right, 6, and we've got a handful of cards.
I'm still thinking here.
Yep, take your time.
Man, I like a lot of this hand. Okay, I might need this. That's a potential next turn. That's a potential next turn, but that doesn't help me as much, so I think we're going to throw that down.
All right, ready to rock?
Yep.
Start with 3 for a fleet lieutenant. Luke's gonna hit your base for 5 because he is a rebel.
Yep. All right.
Something rebellion something.
Okay, then we're going to respond with a vigilance. We'll kill Sabine and we'll heal 5.
Sabine dead. I will flip. I draw a card actually. So I'm gonna spend 1. Draw a card.
Do I want to dirtle so that I can kill your thing? Pass. If I pass, what are you going to do? I do want to be able to kill Cassian, but Cassian kills me back. So I'm going to flip.
Okay. 1 on each.
Forgot Cassian hits for 4.
I will flip Cassian.
Yeah, 1. I will kill the only reason I'm considering between Luke and the fleet lieutenant is Luke is green, and if you did do another like ECL Sabine nonsense,
Can't DCL, but I can timely.
bit timely, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I think I'm gonna go into Luke just
Okay.
because that potential scenario.
Sounds good.
So that puts me at 7 on her.
And now I debate how much card draw is worth. Probably worth it. I'm gonna go hit your base for 4, and then I'm gonna draw a card because Cassian.
I'll claim.
And I will pass.
Okay.
It keeps me from taking 5 from that thing at least.
Yep.
All right, and we're gonna go up to 7.
All right. Qi'ra, my love, you have done your job. I think it's time to run into Cassian.
Cassian is down. That's an interesting question now. Base for 3.
I have 7 this turn, huh? So it could be this, or it could be this. I think it's this to prevent other things that could be coming. So we're gonna,
Vader?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just gonna remove him now, but
Well, there might be another way I can remove him.
Oh,
So
that's
we'll
fair.
see if it's Vader or,
Yep.
or other.
I will leave that there
Otherwise,
just so we can
depending
keep
on what
track
I
of
get.
it. But that dude is dead.
Nah, it'll be Vader.
It's Rogue One. He's just
So he'll get his 3, and then I hit Hylebon Pike.
ooh, that's a pretty good hit.
You want to cut this?
Nah, you're good. So we will play Phoenix Squadron A-Wing.
Do I just kill it? I don't really care about my gunships that much, do I? Nah, 5 to base.
5 to base. That puts me at 5.
Just the start of many hits to base.
Yeah. I'll pay 5 for blue leader. We'll knock out Pike.
Mhm.
And 2.
I will claim.
And I will pass.
Right.
And do math. Math is fun.
All right.
All right. I'm starting to get to an interesting spot.
We're going to play the card that,
8.
frankly, I do not understand why is not showing up in Qi'ra lists these days.
Ooh, Snoke.
It is Snoke. I don't
I
get
knew
it.
exactly what you were going
I don't
for
get
there.
it at all.
All right, so that's
Why
fine.
people? I love me some Snoke.
Okay, and you have no more Sentinels, yeah?
That's true.
Cool. Timely. Wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
Timely.
5 into something.
Wrecker. I have to put 5 into Snoke, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I? And then we're gonna overwhelm Wrecker for 4 to base.
He's a 5. Yeah,
He's
4
a
to base.
5 something lower than his thing. So
Yep.
So yeah, 4 overwhelm, if I'm tracking correctly.
Yep. That sounds about right. How much? So that thing's a.
It's a 5/5 with 2 damage on it.
Yeah, we'll just kill it with Vader.
Okay. Kill it dead. I'm gonna draw a card with Cassian.
Yep.
Draw that card. Oops, sorry. Too many cards came off, but I'll draw 1.
5 to base.
Puts me there. I will claim the initiative.
1 more.
1 more.
Pass.
Okay, now we're getting interesting.
I feel like I hear that every time you draw cards. Must be a lot of interesting options.
There's a surprising amount of them, and we're not finding. There is one card I'd really like to see that we haven't yet. But ready?
Yep.
We'll play home 1,
Mm-hmm.
and home 1 is going to grab something. As soon as I figure out what that something is, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I think we just get rid of the devastating gunship with blue leader.
Interesting choice. I will play Avenger.
Okay, I choose home 1.
Seems right.
It was between that or get something so I could make it so Avenger proof. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, you'd go Avenger proof, but
well, 1 dies to OB, 1 dies to Avenger.
Yeah,
You gotta
killed
make it have it. Claim.
1 to base.
Hey, 1.
Yes.
All right. We're at 9 now. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got 9. All right.
I went to 10.
You're at 10. Now I get to do some fun math. All right. I'll pay 3 for an Echo-based defender.
I'm going to use Qi'ra.
Okay. To Battlefield Marine.
We'll kill the Echo-based defender.
Okay, 3, 4 cards. 1 is not damaged. 2. Ooh, found all the champs. All right, 2 total
Wait,
damage.
so this is the one you played.
Yes.
Okay.
So only 2 damage. Found 2 champs in a row.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for me on that one.
Sideboard gotcha.
Yeah. I would have loved to have Cham earlier. You didn't rant, but I would have had him earlier and not now.
Yeah. What are you keeping?
I don't know that I keep any of them. Let's see. So I'm debating a Cassian. I'm also debating K2. I will keep K2 on top. Everything else can go to discard though.
What do you got left for resources?
I have 1.
Oh, just the one?
Yep.
All right. Well, you take your 8 to base.
Yep. 8 to base. 1 second. Let me sort all the cards. This guy's dead. I choose him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take K2 off the top.
Mm-hmm. Have I got you to 20?
Mm-hmm.
Still got me to 23. How scared am I at 23? I feel that scared. I don't like the idea of a timely, though. I think I'm going to play this a little conservatively. Let's see, 20. I got to do 13. That's 8, 11. Yeah, I got a choice here where I could like try to set up lethal or I could go conservative. And I think I'm going to go conservative because I'm fearing a timely K2 situation that it would eliminate my lethal and, you know, get me into scary range.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to play vigilance.
Yep.
I'm going to heal for 5 and I'm going to shield to protect a timely nonsense from getting me good. So
you don't want to get got?
I don't want to get got. I'm going to just go safe.
The healing is unfortunate for me. I'll claim that thing.
I'm good. Pass.
Okay. Oh, that's fun. Now I have to make a decision. Dang it.
I don't see this happening.
1 second. 3, 6. Is it going to be enough?
You know, this game I had the Chewy answers in spades. If you had ever tried to go Chewy, he'd have been dead every time, and then you didn't do it.
I know. No, I didn't do it because I only just drew.
I had confiscate my opening hand. I've had, you know, just all the things, but it never happened.
4, 6. Math is fun. Yeah. I think you might get me on this one. Ready?
Yep.
We'll start with K2.
I was hoping you'd say that. No glory, only results.
Okay. 3 damage base.
3 damage to your
That's
base.
what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Probably it. It was kind of a Hail Mary as it was. Hey, look. Chewbacca.
Sure. 3 to your base.
Yep. And I believe I can do my Rebel Assault.
Yeah, just for fun. Yeah, I can hit your base for 8.
Nice games.
I did have. I had another no glory for Chewy too.
Yeah, I drew those. I'm like, we're getting a little weird with it. I needed to keep a unit on the board. Avenger's tough for this deck.
Yeah,
it turns out.
I did finally get a top target. Well, Avenger was one of the ones I considered sideboarding out.
Yeah.
And I thought, no,
If you
know,
get
in
to
a
it, it's
longer
tough.
game, it's really good. So I actually ended up taking out my super laser techs.
Yeah, that's probably
Right, because I'm like, I don't need ramp necessarily.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm fighting for the board.
And this one's gonna go late. The other part of it is I drew that now, whereas when I had the hand of 8 cards, I would have loved to get it.
Yeah.
I was a little short.
I don't want to take out like all of my beef. One card I did take out was First Light. First Light's really experimental. It's a way to just win a game out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I like it, but it should probably just be another maul. I really wanted to give it a try, you know.
I think it's worth giving it a little more test.
Yeah, there was a 1K down in Carter Springs months ago.
Yep.
I was playing against a double blue Iden.
Oof.
And he thought he had set it up to where he was going to be able to, you know, mill me and finish the game next turn. And out of nowhere, I smuggled a First Light and killed him. And it's like, that was one of those, just did not see it coming.
That feels good.
Yeah, I ended up winning that one. So, you know, it's one of those surprise cards that almost nobody ever sees coming. You can sneak you a game.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to shuffle up and get the next game rolling.
All right.
All right. Second set of games. I am subbing in with Quinn. First set, it was pretty interesting. I was watching from a distance. I think one of the things that we were kind of discussing as my dog Carl chimes in is that if it loses to Qi'ra and Quinn, it needs some reestablishing. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Red or blue?
Red. Hit me with the red.
Blue it is.
Yep, hit me with the red.
You could have initiative.
I can have the initiative. All right. Good luck to you.
Good luck as well. I am all your name. One thing I'm a little unsure about is like my hand hate probably does nothing here.
don't know if it does nothing, but it's not nearly as effective as it could be.
Yeah, so that's something to think about
I'm gonna
there.
keep this against possibly my better judgment, but we're gonna try something here.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta send it.
I didn't have a turn 1 play, so I actually did have a force though with one of our friends and teammates, Nico, does claim the
Claims
turn
it's the
1
first
play.
yeah.
We all disagree with that, but
Disagree intensely, but
Yeah.
it's funny.
This is kind of weird. I'll do that. All right,
All right, I'm gonna walk into the trap, pass,
claim.
and hit me with the gorilla.
And you know what else? I didn't have a turn 1 play. I had kind of a turn 1 play with this, but
Yeah, sometimes that works.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and we'll keep these around.
all right, ready?
I'm ready.
I'll pay 3 for gorilla.
Hey,
three
look at
and
that! I'm gonna take 1, 2, and 3. Yep, we got that. I'm gonna do Phoenix up top,
Okay, I'll do 2 base.
and I will take 2, and I will claim.
Pass.
So I'm gonna steal that from you. Thank you. Okay, that's an interesting bunch. Do that. We are playing against Quinlan.
Yes, that is who I am playing.
Yeah. Pay 3 for Echo Base.
Okay. I'll play Qi'ra. Let me see the hand.
Okay. I think there's an easy choice there.
Ugh.
You're already at 4.
So the choice is either
Yeah.
Poe or
We
Chewie.
pass turn.
I think it's probably Poe, but you could put Chewie up there, which kind of sucks.
I can tell you what I think.
What do you think it is?
I think you have a lot more answers for Chewie than you do Poe easily.
Yeah. So okay, let's do Poe.
Yep.
And I can't ping, so that's your turn.
Okay, I'll bop your base for 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll go into the Echo base.
Okay, Echo Base takes 2. I will draw a card.
And I'll claim.
Okay, and I will pass. Carl's having a good time, man.
Yeah, it's my dog for you.
He's a good boy.
He's had a tough week. He was sick, so now he hasn't done anything. So he's got all the energies on the couch bothering Kyle. This is actually the first time that we've had all 3 of us here for gameplay. So
All 3 of us live.
Carl's getting used to it. We're getting used to it. Hopefully,
All right, so we're going to
everything's
5.
good.
I need to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
My decision is
mean-
to put that down.
Says you. As long as nobody goes back and watches the videos, I say we've all been here before.
Yeah, right.
Fair. Yeah, we actually all live here.
Roomies.
Jeez, I think I should. It's been this long. I think I'll just. I think I'll just swing into the Echo base. or
Echo
leave
Base
Tar-
dies.
I've thought about target towning it, but I don't know. At this point
It
in
is
the
a
game,
tough call, in my opinion. I don't think
Yeah.
that's an easy choice. I'm going to go ahead and bop your base for 3, though.
okay. I'll deploy Quinn.
Yep, I will draw a card. Do that, do that.
Okay. I'll play L3 and ping.
Okay, takes 1 here. And you have 3 up.
Yeah.
Let's see if you got it. I'll play Chewie.
What would I have?
In your deck, there's a couple things.
To handle Chewie?
Yeah.
There's a couple things in that deck that handle Chewie pretty.
Yeah, it's
pretty
not
okay.
exactly what I want. So to break the 4th wall a little bit, and you're not flipping this turn, so doesn't really matter. I was gonna just play Sabine and then ping. But
why-
now I don't think I could do that. Now I think I
You
unfortunately
can ping it, and actually, interestingly, it is in range.
So I need to do 5. I guess I could do that.
You can ping it in Tarkin Town.
Yeah, I'll do Sabine
Yep.
and ping.
So, all right, we'll do that, and I will claim since I've already done what I can do.
Okay, and now the question is do I save Tarkin Town and use something else, or the chances of me getting burned is probably high, so I'll just Tarkin Town and kill it.
Got Chewie on it?
Yeah.
Of course you took.
Well, I have Force Throw also, so I was thinking about that. and just saving it for like Poe or something, and then 3 to base,
3 to base.
and then I'll pass.
All right.
So I got a pretty awesome board down here, I'd say. L3, Qi'ra, Quinn, and Sabine,
I would generally agree with you.
and you're still blocked out of Poe. Carl, relax.
Sorry.
Yeah, Carl is not fun. Not happy with us having fun that doesn't include him.
Yeah, he's got to have way more fun.
And
with
me being involved in this game is probably making him more mad as opposed to last round.
this. Yeah.
All right, I'll pay 3 for Gorilla Soldier, 3 indirect.
Yep. And I put it on the base,
'Kay.
so you can go ahead and ready him.
He gets to ready.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card.
Okay. I'll kill K2 with the on attack.
Okay. I will do 3 more to your base. Cards in hand.
3.
Yeah, we'll do 3 to base. I should have asked that ahead of time, but still will do it. You just attacked me. Sorry.
Yep.
I'll flip Cassian.
I'll force throw Han.
It's a Han that I don't have to eat.
Fair.
I will claim the initiative.
I'll do a total of
2, 4, 6, 7.
7 to base. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll pass.
All right.
So I'm going to 7.
2. That's kind of interesting. I think.
Sabine being able to cleanly kill K2 there is nice, I think.
All right, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
7. And I think we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do Timely Wrecker.
Yikes.
It's gonna cost me all of that.
Okay.
I'm gonna destroy Green Squadron A-Wing. We'll do 5 to Sabine, and we'll do 7 to Quinlan.
Yikes.
And
3
we'll
back to
put that
him.
here. I think that's all the triggers I haven't drawn.
Okay.
Based on the fact that Han just got pitched. Even
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
him,
have a Han to do it.
I don't feel too bad about that one.
2 to base.
Yep. It's me. More.
That he's got another way in his hand.
Yep, that's probably true. I'm gonna claim
2 to base.
2 to base. He's got something. That's all right. Probably Cassian, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Cassian.
Cassian into Cassian. It's getting weird, man.
And then I'll kill Wrecker.
Okay.
And pass.
Still think that was overall a positive turn.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love having to do that, especially on that turn. I could have really pushed damage, set up for
Yeah.
kind of lethal.
Well, that's a fun draw.
Yeah.
I have 11. You have 13. That's not terrible. I have how many resources? I have 6, I believe.
You having the ability to ambush is very nice in comparison to me.
Timely is massively important.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and put 1 down here. We'll go to 7 again.
Okay.
And I said I went first, right?
Mhm.
You have 8 resources. Though.
I have 8 resources, yeah.
Now I'm counting cards. I'll pay 6 for a hammerhead. And I will nuke the gorilla soldier.
Okay. And that's you have 1 resource
I
left.
do have 1 up.
I'm at 8 total. I'll do 2 to base.
2 to base. I will claim.
So here, do I want to deal with that effect again? How many cards do you have in?
I have 5.
5, and that's so annoying.
Those 5.
I think I probably just have to do it to get it out of here, but I don't know. We're at 27, 24. I'll play Poe.
Okay.
And
anything else?
I'm thinking.
You're good.
Kyle, what do you think? What does the crowd say here?
He's already claimed.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're at 12. That hammerhead hits you for 5,
18.
maybe 6 or something like that.
He gets to come back into play though.
Yeah, I guess the other thing about it though is if you return it, you kiss your Poe goodbye, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he might have another way to deal with Poe, but yeah, if you return it, he can just replay it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
with
pass.
his cards.
Yeah.
Got bad news for you.
What? You have another one?
I'm not gonna resource actually.
No, you should resource. Then you can only do 5 with your hammer.
Exactly why I was like, I'm not gonna do that. All right.
To be fair, I knew you had the other hammerhead, but I
I know.
couldn't.
Yeah, that's fair. No,
You-
that's
you
fair.
can't-
That's why I
That's
said
fair.
you
Yeah.
could have another.
You
That's
can't
fair.
count on it. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hammerhead will nuke Poe.
You have 6.
I have 6 remaining cards in hand.
But I still think it was the right play, right? Like
I still
if
think you made the
waylay,
right
You
call.
just gave him the answer to the
Yeah.
Poe. What did you really?
You didn't know I had to. I think you made the right call.
And
Just
then
I happened to get
taking
lucky to get
5,
him.
10, 12. So I'm on a clock here, but let's see.
You got guns and surprise.
Actually,
dice.
I could do some stuff. So
you got guns
and
and
I have
surprise strikes.
9 resources, right? So that's
Maybe
5.
playing Poe wasn't the answer. Like you could have waylaid and then
Yeah,
pulled a Cassian or a Tech or something if you have anything. Like
definitely
that.
could have been.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 9 to use. All right. I'll surprise strike
Yep.
in for 5.
Up there. I will claim.
Okay.
No, I'm not claiming. Sorry, I have a hammerhead. I'm gonna hit base for 5.
Yep, smart
That
idea.
makes more sense.
It's like, wait a minute.
I will play Qi'ra.
2 Cassians, 2 Echo based defenders, a Poe, and a 4 cause.
Jeez.
4 costs.
You think so?
He hits you with hammerhead and 4 calls. You're dead in 2 actions.
Yeah.
Can you kill him that fast? He's gonna
No.
have initiative.
I'll do 4 cause. Yeah.
Okay, 4 cause.
Oh, you only gotta do 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's got options for sure. I will claim.
He gets rebel assault though. That's
Yep, that is what I'm looking for.
And then
Better
I'll
timely.
pass.
Ooh. Man. All right. Are you ready, kids?
Yeah.
3 for an Echo based defender.
Okay.
I would untap the hammer.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard that's good. I'll kill Echo Base.
Okay.
You don't die. Pull it back.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't die. 3 for another one
Okay.
that you definitely knew I had.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out how I could get rid of both or any.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think if you can't
I'll
clear
waylay 1.
one back, I'll bop your base for 5.
So I have to be able to get to lethal. 2, 4, 6, 7. Don't have lethal. I don't think there's anything I could do there. Yeah, you got this one.
GG.
So-
because you could claim, but I don't even. See
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I could have done instead of Qi'ra was taking Cassian out,
Yeah.
and that would get you to 31.
We put me close.
But I
Yeah.
was worried about. I was kind of hyper focusing there. That might have been the better
I think it was
line.
the Poe turn. If you had Cassian,
Yeah.
If you had Cassian instead of Poe.
Well, I didn't have Cassian
You
then.
had Tech though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying okay.
It
Got
was
it.
an interesting
You could
one
have
there.
gone Tech plus another small unit
hmm
and waylaid.
Yeah. The hammerheads are really good in this one. So drawing 2 of them was pretty lucky.
Yeah, I like the hammerhead and the Cassian variants specifically. So
Yeah.
Like I don't think it would be good in the Anakin version.
No. It's not. I don't think it's good in either of the other versions that we've been testing for Hero, but I'm a fan of it in Cassian. It is my. It sometimes, like I said, is my answer to big stuff that shows up. Timely plus Hammerhead usually destroys big capital ships. Hammerhead alone can take off Poes.
Yeah, I didn't see any Falcons that game.
Yeah, that would help you a lot too, because I was getting 3 damage a turn from the space side, and the best way to slow this particular variant of the deck down
What I thought you should
is to make sure I don't get to hit you for 3.
Oh yeah. Same thing you did.
Is it bamboozle or confiscate? Or
Bamboozle.
fang?
Yeah.
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 I don't think this one sides out for Quinlan.
Yeah, so I think that Cassian line probably would have been better because then all I have to do is 2 damage.
Yeah. You gotta find a way through the 2 echo based defenders still, but I
But
think
no,
you
but then
could
still
have.
the 4 causes would have been pretty tough. 1 4 cause. I'm in trouble. So
Yeah.
I don't like watching from the couch, by the way. So.
You're gonna stand over us?
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh yeah, he's not mic'd. Grab with that. You're good. I'll cut it again for you. There you go.
You could have it.
Do that. Do that. Thank you. You're so generous.
All right, game 2. I gotta get better at playing Quinlan.
That's why we practice. It's an
I'll put this back.
interesting hand.
Yeah, I thought you said you took apart Quinlan in our last video because you weren't enjoying it.
Yeah, I put it back together.
Because we always want to test against him, right? All right. Well, I don't. The problem I have with this particular hand is that I don't really think I want to resource a lot of this stuff. I kind of want it later. These two in particular.
I have a Sabine sleeve card in my deck.
But
That is illegal.
oh, from the slightly different colored one.
The ivory, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just put that there. It's
Do I get
whatever.
greedy? Do I go for it? I think I put those two down.
That seems totally reasonable.
Yeah, I just don't like putting those down.
Why-
Maybe I'm
why not-
afraid
why
of
not one of those?
Data Vault. Because I want to go one to the other, or one to the other.
No, I thought you would want to go the third card to the second turn.
This one,
Yeah, why not?
because then I can't draw.
Right.
So ideally, first two turns or something like that.
Yeah, I've
So-
played enough Cassian to,
Yeah.
I guess you got to be in a mental state to say, I want to use his ability. Therefore, you got to be floating that.
This one's a
resource.
little less useful right now, though, so I think we're gonna take that one out, and we'll do that.
Yeah, I don't think.
All right, I have it. Pass.
Claim.
Okay, here you go.
Does he have it? The Gorilla Soldier again.
I
Well,
don't know that I have a problem.
I
if he
did
does.
just top deck it. So
Yeah, I'm okay. Like I'm passing, expecting to walk into that trap, but with 33 health, I'm generally okay with it.
yeah, like I think for that to really be helpful for me, I need to get more buffs, and I just didn't get them last game. Like, besides the one
where's
surprise
that one
strike.
down? All right.
And then he's good, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Gorilla Soldier,
Oh,
3
thanks.
indirect.
3 indirect going to base.
'Kay.
That's tempting now, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's already spent out.
So I'm gonna do masterpiece up top,
Not like you can draw with Cassian.
right?
2 base.
2 to base and claim.
Pass.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get better at that. That's getting weird. We do those two, and I think we put that down.
Let's see here.
All right.
Yeah, the hand hates really doesn't do anything in this matchup.
Doesn't do a lot for you.
Targeted is better, obviously, but
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not great. Ready?
Yep.
Batmarine.
okay.
No, Batmarine.
I'll play Cassian and ping the masterpiece.
Masterpiece to base for 3. Give experience token to the Batmarine.
Okay. I will Tarkin Town the masterpiece.
Okay, and then I'll pay 2 for Sabine.
Okay.
Your masterpieces keep dying because they're not prestige.
Yeah, I've heard that's the reason.
I thought I had one too. I'm like, oh, I probably have one somewhere, right? No, I don't.
2 to base.
Turns out not so much.
Um,
I will claim.
Pass. Let's go to 5.
If only Cassian flipped on 5.
Yeah, then he would be elite. Like he would be a really
unreal.
strong leader at 5.
I
Yeah.
believe it would be ridiculous.
I guess there's a lot of leaders you could say that for.
Sure.
That's fair. How controlling am I feeling? Like I can go that, or I can save it and just run with that later.
Hmm.
It's gonna handle it though. Another option.
I mean, that's where my gut always goes.
Yeah.
Is to do that like
Yeah, the other
immediately.
the problem I guess I can use that. Tell you what, we'll do it. We'll Rebel Assault base for 4 and 5 is 9.
He's playing a base with a 25 on it, so if you can hit him for
Yeah,
Yeah. 9 feels bad.
that's a fantastic point. I can
Um.
just do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough. No, maybe not easy, but like it makes sense.
I'll land speeder and ping to kill Sabine.
Maybe I don't do that
I'll
one.
die.
That leaves you with 3 remaining.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
Okay.
I mean, it is fixing some of the consistency issues that I have had with other data vaults.
I'll deploy Quinn.
Okay, I'll pay 2 for a Battlefield Marine.
Okay. I'll force throw you.
Okay, you will catch Fleet Lieutenant. So
Kill the non-experienced.
the inexperienced Marine. Man, he was just a kid.
I know, right?
He has a family, I'll claim. He had a family.
Cassian has 6 health, right?
Cassian has 6 health, that's correct. Excuse me, sorry.
I'll might regret this, but I'm gonna surprise strike.
Okay.
The question is do I Cassian into Battlefield Marine to kill it, or just do 6 to base? 6 gives you to 13, get you to 16, 18 by the end of the turn.
It'd be 19 because Quinn has 3.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it to base.
Okay.
6 to base, and then 2 more to base.
Let me double
and
check that I
3
didn't
more.
do that too many. So 2 more. I should have just done 5. Look at 18. Yep,
Yep.
look good to you.
Yep.
Cool.
Pass.
Hyper aggressive.
Yeah, well, I just don't think I could stick around. You know.
I feel like that Marine would have to go. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah,
Because he can lead into you with a 4 now, and 16 you're under 10 away from being dead. It's scary.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, 4 to base.
I'll play Gorilla Soldier, ping with Quinn, and then 3 indirects.
I'll just knock him here.
Okay.
And you got to, right?
Oh yeah.
Timely. Oh,
Okay.
Cards in hand.
2.
Resources up.
3.
3.
I mean, he was so aggressive last turn. You got to assume one of those is a blaster.
Yeah, but do I care if he has a blaster?
No.
Cassian and Landspeeder.
Okay, 3 back.
And 3 back to here. No hand.
Yeah, I'm just doing some
No, I'm
math.
just messing with the hand cam now.
I can do. I think. Well, that leaves me really vulnerable to. How many resources you got?
I am at 6.
6. So you would need the perfect top deck. How many times did you play? 2?
I have played at least 1, 2. No,
2.
1.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 this game. The other one was Rebel Assault. That was the other one cost
I
green.
think you're forgetting one additional thing he still has.
Wrecker.
No.
4 cause.
No. His leader's flipping here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
I was
Right.
like, if you're
They
doing
did
math,
forget it.
yeah, with the top deck here, you're assuming just Poe, but Cassian's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Why he killed Poe.
And this, I mean, while Cassian's not the greatest leader unit body, the threat of me drawing yet another
Yeah, I'll
card
kill Poe.
is a pretty big deal. I will go ahead and flip Cassian.
Okay. I'll play Gorilla Soldier.
Oh.
That's
All
pretty
3
fun.
of them at once.
I do love the Guerrilla Soldiers as a unit. I will put 3 on to Cassian. I will attack your base for 4 and draw a card.
Puts me at 20, and from here I will just claim.
Okay, and pass. I think
You need to draw more cards to get more options.
yeah. I think I'm. Do I put one down? I think I do.
Yeah.
We're gonna 7.
I'll play Han and kill.
Okay. You have no resources up.
Mm-hmm.
You can do all that. So, call me crazy, but
That Han was good.
like that's sounding kind of good right now.
Yep.
Think so? Over the other one?
Yeah, otherwise he just claims. I would do that.
All right. We'll bring out Cassian and replace the smuggle.
He comes out ready.
Yeah, he does.
Which would be the reason to make that play.
Yep.
Because his board right now, he's got to trade multiple units into it, you know?
Yeah.
If he wants to kill it.
Yeah.
Which I think he does.
I mean, I could see an argument for the other direction, so. He's got a pretty big board.
I'm showing
9.
9 damage.
The only issue is you're not going to get to use all 9 if you leave Cassian alive.
Yeah.
Well, he won't be able to. Yeah, he won't be able to.
Yeah, I'll do 3 to Cassian.
And Cassian will do 3 to base.
And then I'll kill Cassian.
Cassian down. I claim.
4 to base.
Yep. Oop. Too many times.
And I'll pass.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go.
I just have to hope you don't have 4 cause, really.
8. You have 2 health remaining, yeah?
2 health, yes.
All right, we'll pay 2 for Sabine.
Okay. I'll surprise strike
Ooh, that's bad for me.
the soldier in for 5.
Okay. Pay 5 for Cassian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
do we
then-
do? Not play.
3 to base.
Yeah.
Or 6 to base, yeah.
I can still let him make a mistake. Yeah, you got it. Nice job.
Yeah. That one section was pretty sketchy. I
That was
thought.
pretty close. Yeah, I needed that
Yeah.
at the bottom.
He was holding
Wrecker and
records.
Poe.
Oh, yeah,
But
I mean,
Han was just holding Wrecker hostage.
yeah.
You know?
I would have preferred Han to attack Wrecker than my base, though. So I almost decided to wreck. So yeah, one of the
Well, you did
Cassians
it with
could have been
Cassian,
Wrecker.
though. Yeah.
I top deck in the last turn. I drew a surprise strike and a falcon, so
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I needed to get the damage on the
Yeah.
board.
That's why I went hyper aggressive there, because I just thought like the later it goes, the bigger his units are going to be, and
Yeah.
the smaller mine are going to be.
I was really
Yes,
hoping
it
to.
also gave him an opportunity to top deck lethal like multiple turns. in a
That's
row.
fair, but
Yeah.
what else am I going to do? Like,
Yeah,
I don't really have an answer to Wrecker,
I was really looking for timely.
you know.
Timely is what I needed.
And I just had to play, or I just had to hope that you didn't draw timely
Timely,
Wrecker
for a
or
cause,
for cause.
right, yeah.
Even K2 in any of those previous.
So that's like the Sabine game,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay, I think that's a great example here. You're playing Sabine, you probably win that game based on the pings alone, right?
I don't know because I draw fewer cards.
Okay, that's fair.
Like there was at
Well,
least 2 cards drawn,
in
and I
ga-
think that those were actually relevant when they came up.
In game 1, I could agree with that because of the hammerhead specifically killing Poe and stuff, but I'm not sure about
Based
game
on what
2.
my hands were, drawing the
Yeah.
cards definitely helped.
Got it.
And part of why I'm playing Cassian on Data Vault is because Data Vault honestly doesn't feel good if I can't find a way to mitigate the extra 10 cards. There's
Okay.
a lot of times where it feels like, well, I'm just drawing crap
That's
or
fair.
things I can't use, right? And that doesn't mean this is a world beater. It's still got some work to do, but it's got a lot more potential than I gave it like credit for originally when I first started looking at it.
Are you giving me it?
Oh yeah, that's all yours. This time you can pass instead of me doing it. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, that has to go back.
Goodbye.
I've done the math. There's
Yes,
actually
like this would be a
98%.
fine hand for a lot of matchups. But I think for this matchup where hand hate doesn't matter, it's not going to be good.
And
You don't think it would be good?
so what's
He
interesting
has
about it?
initiative, I guess, right?
Yeah. So Grogu's out.
No, he's got
I have
initiative.
initiative, so I could play Grogu.
I like Grogu with initiative,
Yeah.
The thing I'm like,
although I really like this initiative.
while
Same.
hand hate has less of an effect because I can usually get cards, that
I guess
doesn't
I'll
mean it's
play it and
necessarily
try it.
quote useless. So I don't want to.
I don't like my curve though.
useless there.
I would get
Yeah, I don't like my curve because what am I gonna do? Just do that? Yeah, I'm gonna put this back.
That's fair.
I feel uncomfortable.
And that's totally fair. But I just want to make it known that I don't know that hand hate is completely useless against Cassian. It's just not as effective as it would be like against a Colossus deck or a normal
Yeah.
deck even.
well, force though is just always good.
Of course, that was just a good card.
If I could have a force unit out of special.
That'll be the first card suspended before Set instead of after.
Dare to dream.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't wanna jinx anything yet, but I would be interested to see the thought process on it. All right, 6. Okay. Well, that's fun.
One of them or something else, you think? I think it's this kind of. I have to get there first, right?
It's that or one of them.
I think I want to keep both of them. They were pretty good.
Something
Let's throw a
along
couple
these
in there.
lines.
Yeah.
So we hang on to those. And we resourced that, which hurts, but
Okay, I'll pass.
me too.
Claim.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now hand tate's probably useless.
Yeah.
Just based on
What was your start there?
you know. And
Exactly
so
what just happened there is why I stopped playing that game.
The pass name? Yeah.
sorry, 1 second.
your
I'm
time.
gonna do that because I believe you were the aggressor.
Guerrilla Soldier,
Yep.
3 indirect.
Trap it. However, I will play an echo-based defender this time.
Do I just claim?
Echo-based defender's a pain in the butt. I think he's going in the Anakin list.
Oh, he's not in your. Oh, jeez. Imagine that thing doing 6 damage,
He's going
right? on resource 4.
I'll just claim.
That's massive. All right, I'll pass. Okay, now we're getting into what do I resource territory,
Yeah, he's a Chilson answer potentially.
right? I didn't even think of that. Wow. Oh boy. Hey Kyle, what am I resourcing?
What are we going into? 4?
Yeah. I like everything. Unfortunately, I think I'd put that down because I think getting 2 of these is too cute. But
I feel like it'd be that one if you're gonna do that.
yeah, fair point.
All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna play red 3 and ping.
Okay. I think I hit the base for 4 while we get the opportunity.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'll target 10.
Yep. And I will spend 3 on another one.
Nice.
Got lucky. Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah. God, I just don't want to trade. I feel like this is such a bad trade for me every time.
Yeah.
But I'll just do it.
Okay. I will put 2 damage on it. I
Not even a
will.
trade.
I know.
Yeah, I'll draw a card from
Yeah,
Cassian.
and I'll claim.
That.
Ooh, I don't think I would have drawn there.
Yeah, with red.
Because red 5 just
Yeah.
kills your Echo base now. You don't get to hit.
Fair point.
Ready?
I forgot about red 5.
Yeah.
So, but I still think I want to draw. I'm good to go.
Okay.
I'll run into. Any
Far.
of those?
No.
Didn't think so. We're running into territory of me not being real happy with Data Vault.
3 to base and kill Echo base. Double base, as they say.
So that's 3. Being said, at this point of the game, where we are, I'm not unhappy.
Yeah, those double Echo base is brutal for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can have 4 more on his base.
The card draw is alluring.
Remind me what his verbiage is when he flips. It's something I caught same as the last.
Same or less as many times per turn.
Yep. So I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drop. It's not the best, but it's not bad.
Yeah, if he has like force throw or something, he might be sad. I mean himself.
I mean, if he wants to, that's what I mean. If he wants to
Yeah.
throw it himself, I actually think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, flip, throw his own Han.
Yeah. I mean, I may be playing the bricky draw deck, but
I'll deploy.
getting rid of
Quinn.
Han wasn't
If he
terrible.
doesn't
I'm
have the answer,
gonna
though, then
claim.
Awesome.
Okay.
Steal that from you.
I have an answer. I'm just not sure what I want to do.
Yeah, he's probably got answers. I just want to make him use them all up while he's, while I'm still at 6 damage, not 15 million.
Yeah, I'll ambush Plo.
Okay.
And
Trade.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's like the stereo.
Yeah.
That's the Quinlan play to expect.
You're gonna claim I soon?
I did already.
3 to base.
Yep.
and I'll pass.
Kind of expected that one, but
I
I'm
don't
not
think you had better
unhappy.
choices.
No.
Yeah. Well, I had some interesting other choices. I don't know if that would have called them better.
Yeah, I guess thinking back, you got to expect the flow, so maybe it wasn't great.
I don't know. Used all his resources.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst.
And like if Flo had 7 health, it'd be a lot better for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you ready, kids?
I am, yeah.
We'll do Sabine.
I'll play Sabine, ping Sabine.
Okay. I will pay 2 for Battlefield Marine.
3 to base, kill Sabine.
Yep. I will
I
pay
paid 2 for Sabine. Yeah.
2 for Green Squadron A-Wing.
Got it. Surprise strike, 6 to base.
And Cassian flip.
I'll force throw you.
Okay, you are gonna catch
Stuff.
that one, I think.
How many numbers is it? That's all I care
I
about.
know.
I mean, are you gonna end up with initiative?
I'm like now.
Yeah, that'll guide what you're gonna.
I mean, you could end up in a... Probably not, right? Because he could, if you want to claim, you can.
You'd have to skip his Cassian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
But
I mean.
it definitely guides what he throws here for you.
Yeah, let me do math real quick. Sorry, you're at. I think
And then you have red 5 just kind of floating around up there in the
No,
trench, as
that's
they
what
say.
I'm thinking. I just. Ooh. I think we do it anyway. Here you go.
Okay, so 3 to Cassian.
Claim.
Okay, so now I think I'll just do another one, but I'm gonna do it to myself this time.
Yep.
And kill Cassian.
That's actually not as bad as it could have been.
I thought that if I did it to you and you had like a rebel assault or something, it would have just sucked. So and then I'll pass because you
Okay.
claimed.
Come on. We're getting some interesting draws. Let's see here. I know, right? It's exactly like the last game. In fact, I still think I lead with that, though, and we do some cleanup.
So it could be
No, sorry, that one.
Yeah, there you go.
That was the one I meant.
What?
No, Rebel Assault.
Okay.
Clean that up, and
Kill this one or base or
I'm not sure yet. So let me spend 1. I think I cleaned that up too.
okay. I'll do 3 to base.
Okay, I'll spend 5 on Poe.
Okay. I'll play Han.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll kill the Marine and kill Poe.
Oh, I was like, what? You mean the ping?
Mhm.
Yeah, I need to not have
It's a
top deck Han.
That's some GGs.
Well, technically not yet.
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
Pass,
Claim. Yeah, claim good to go. Still can't find it. All right. I
Too many
think
cards.
that one's GG. Yeah, this is why I'm not liking Data Vault, even with Cassian's help.
Yeah, I have a Cassian and a Blaster, so
Yeah, I needed a timely. I didn't draw it.
GG's.
GG's.
You kept sitting on fat hands of Poes and Wreckers both games, but without the timelies to like
Yeah,
make use of them.
I needed Poe and Wrecker.
And in game 1,
To
I
be able to
think
use
I
it.
think you got exactly what you needed. I probably played into that a little bit too by putting Poe down and not kind of like
I needed
spreading my
a
threats.
timely in the first. How many cards is this? I needed a timely in the first 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 19 cards. That's generally, even with Data Vault,
I think you
mathematically
can expect
likely to
get
happen.
that. Yeah.
I needed 1, because then I could have cleared the board multiple times and been in the driver's seat. Didn't find it. I don't know. So I do know one thing. I'm not likely to continue playing Data Vault decks outside of just seeing if I can refine this a little bit. I don't like its reliance on timely intervention.
That's a big
don't
one.
know what to do to counter it because there's not a whole lot of inherent ambush in.
I mean, you could play
green
like
hero.
the modded cohort.
There's a little more than I
Um,
thought. Actually, I forgot about those guys.
Modded cohort's not bad.
Was that ambush for 4?
Yeah, 2 health, 2 power,
4 cost.
4 with raid 2. I think that's probably the best one.
Only drawback is they're not rebels, but that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, and there's really not one for the next one.
Yeah, so I might cut Ketsu.
Yeah, I
Ketsu's the
mean-
only non-rebel in the early game.
And that matters in the early game, especially for Fleet Lieutenant, I think.
Such a pretty Ketsu though.
It is very
Isn't
pretty.
it? The other thoughts I'm having though is like I actually still like.
I've actually seen that.
Yeah, that was cool. I never get to use it.
The Hammerhead is just such a good card.
It's a fantastic. It's kind of what. Oh, geez, found two of them. It's kind of why I want to continue to develop this deck a little bit. Like it's got potential.
Yeah.
It's not quite there. I haven't
Well,
found.
I think one thing I noticed when I was watching Kyle is that I think Radis would be a good included, at least in the sideboard. I'm not sure if it's good anywhere.
I think Red is going to side for sure.
But there's some stuff in space, Devastator, Avenger, etc., that could just really mess your day up.
So the interesting thing is Hammerheads are normally my answer for that, and the 2 games he's stuck in Avenger, I didn't draw Hammerhead until it was too late.
Got it.
So I need to find a way to play around that a little bit.
Well, it was
But
a
also
good set of
having
games.
Radis, also having Radis is a good point.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea.
And you're drawing so much. I think it was a good set of games. Definitely stronger than I gave it credit for. But let's just see what happens next. Set 3 of games. The next Data Vault Challenger. I'm back here on Sabine ECL, and we have Kyle on Anakin Data Vault. So here, I think I'm just like going literally as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah, I think you raced the crap out of this one.
That's interesting because I think the whole point of what I'm doing here is I have more health and I'm happy to race, and you got to do 8 more than I do.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to. Like, I don't think I want to play this like I would be playing like an Anakin blue, because we have to roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
blue or red.
We're both being aggressive. I'm gonna take red.
Red.
Excellent. You're gonna get
Yeah,
trounced.
I don't like that.
Anakin loves the initiative, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and he's great with the initiative.
All right. Well, let's get going, baby.
Okay.
Sabine Redden.
I think I just yeah, I think I ECL.
Oh, I'm gonna get ECL'd already.
Marine.
I
Dang.
think he's making the right call too.
Take 2.
No claim.
Ping.
Oh yeah.
And I'll pass.
This is gas pedal meet floor.
I kind of like that though. Not just All right. Oh baby.
I'll do 3 to base.
Claim.
I'll play the masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll pass.
Yeah, I wanted to be racing you, but I guess that ECL was annoying.
Well, if I didn't ECL, you were just gonna trade up with Sabine,
Yeah.
and then I die.
Yeah.
So-
do this right. Heal 2.
3 back 2.
Yeah, I think these was
Mhm.
definitely the right call now.
I'll ping.
I guess maybe I shouldn't have attacked in there because I could have held Sabine hostage. Maybe I don't know. That would have been a lot of passes.
Yeah, a
and
lot of
nonsense to like
passes.
try to make that happen.
K2. Okay. I'll deploy.
Oh God, does he have blade? I'll claim.
I have the blade.
Yeah,
Got
that's
the blade.
that's brutal.
I'll do 7 to base, and then 3 to base, and then on attack I will do another 1 to base with him.
Interesting. All right.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
The only other option would be to ping Sindari and knock him out
Yeah.
like that, but
Well, it doesn't knock him out though.
Well, it will next turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you made the right call though. I think Cad Brain got me there for a second, thinking the other way.
So about 5.
Yeah, I can't do that. I might have to do this. I don't want to, but I might have to. What do I have down here? Oh, Sabine being Sabine, huh?
You know her well. Yeah, I guess maybe in hindsight it would have been better to do that, but hard to say.
I don't know.
With the
I think it's
masterpiece.
just a different option that we won't know
Yeah.
if it's good in hindsight until later.
The reason I thought about it, it's just like 33 is so much. It's just so much damage.
I do not disagree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're thinking about resourcing? I
I'm
get
gonna stay where he is.
that was yeah. I mean,
Yeah, no.
technically you've already readied your resources, so you know.
Yeah.
Judge. Yeah, I think the blade puts this Anakin in a bind a bit. It's not, it's not like you can't handle it, but it's not easy anymore either.
All right. We'll go 5 into Sabine.
Okay.
I'm gonna take nothing, so I'm gonna heal my.
Got it. I'll Rebel Assault
Jesus.
Yep.
and do 8, 12, 13.
Mm-hmm. 6 into Sabine, I guess. And then
Okay.
I'll die,
So 3 overwhelm.
Yep.
and then 3 more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I'll play K2.
I think I'm just dead. I'll claim, but
Pass.
that was rough.
That was the gas pedal.
Yeah, can I do anything here? I can't do anything here. I'm
Anakin's
dead.
gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, it was the blade. Right?
Yeah.
That just it was like, I'll play blade. I can't do anything about it. I lose. Right? That's kind of how that card works,
The
right?
classic
Yeah.
Sabine conundrum, right?
Yep.
Yep. Are you running, out of curiosity, any upgrade hate main deck?
No.
That might be something to think about.
Yeah, my problem with playing upgrade hate main deck in a data vault deck is it's not like you can just throw in 1.
No, I know.
If you just throw in 1, don't expect to see it, right?
You pretty much have
Yeah.
to throw in
That's-
3 fangs or something.
Right, and then that's not really what I want to be doing. So
I don't know. 3 fangs isn't bad because then if someone does land a hauler or a pilot, you can trade up into it with
Yeah.
Anakin. So,
I guess if Fang was a rebel, I'd be more interested.
fair. Fair. Yeah, that's right. You were leaning a little rebel, aren't you?
You know what? I'm not going to side. I thought about bringing in Heroic Sack, but
One of the options I had was I did have the 3 attack, and with Anakin's ability, I could have tried to like hold Sabine's flip hostage to prevent
yeah.
getting wrecked there. But you could have just populated the board and then claimed not flipped, and then I did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't love
And then
that.
I could just do it again.
Well, I guess I could have played into the board. I mean,
Yeah.
it just means I wouldn't have gotten to attack with my thing.
I do think in that spot I probably should have done as Sharkey said and pinged the masterpiece on that first attack.
Yeah, it also started badly though with you getting a 2-for-1 with your ECL on turn 1.
Well, you forced me to have to do that,
Yeah.
right? Because I can't let you trade up and
And it meant he couldn't do that with Wrecker on
Yeah,
Anakin. So if you can get to Anakin, then you were in the right spot.
yeah, I'm making the gamble that I'm gonna have a timely or something with Poe and
Yeah.
Poe.
Yeah, and I even had timely record, but you killed me so fast I couldn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't even have the opportunity to try it.
This is one of the matchups where, like with Cassian, I'm putting Wrecker down early.
Might regret playing the Sam. We'll see.
We're a little safer this way.
Slightly.
A-wing,
Claim.
ping.
There it is.
And pass. Yeah, there's just like a lot of cards I can't play versus Anakin because of that trade up.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying.
Which is pretty awesome from the Anakin perspective.
Totally.
But
Sharkey. I mean, I could just do this,
where I would lean, but
not instead of that.
I think so. But I'm
Yeah, it's concerning if he were to. Yeah, I'm just gonna blue leader in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because if he pilots up, I'm gonna be sad, and I just would
there's
rather.
lots of things. That
I'd
can
rather
make
not-
sad.
No, that was a good play.
I'd rather not find out.
It forces me into an awkward turn.
There's lots of things that can make you sad from that perspective. I
base.
think you made the right.
I'll claim.
Pass.
And from the Sabine side, playing the Phoenix Squadron is way better because it actually kills the dang thing that trades up into it. So
Yeah, now I'm like in this weird spot where I have to do some weird stuff and I don't love it, but such is life.
anytime you can ambush in a Data Vault deck, I think you take it.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say.
ECL, Sundari, heal 2. And take 3.
This is gonna be sick. You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna timely red 5, kill that and that.
Oh,
Nice. That is really nice.
that's brutal.
Um,
But an awesome play.
I'll deploy.
Claim.
3 to base. And I'll pass. Yeah, that's annoying.
Very good.
Yeah, you really stopped the momentum this
The
game.
complexion of the game is very different now that Sabine you didn't give her an inch.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay. 3 to base.
3 to base. Well, this is where hopefully if we're kind of going at the same pace now, I just have more health, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll claim.
Pass.
We're on 6.
Yep.
Kill Poe. 3 to base. I take
It's a
2 from Anakin's ability.
Brutal interaction.
Mm-hmm. Third base.
All right, ECL's been used.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to... Oh, no, we are effing not doing that. Learn that lesson on playing online.
I have done that enough times.
Yeah.
I,
Do you know what I was about to do?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you here in a
just
sec.
in a second.
I get brutally punished doing that.
I do
I'll
the
play
same thing all
K2.
the time.
I almost did it.
And I shouldn't do it, but I do it.
All right, how much of it? He's hitting for 6 right now.
He's a
Mhm.
6-7.
Yeah, I just go base.
I'll play Luke.
Okay. So I'll play Wrecker. I'm
Okay.
gonna kill Sabine. What I almost did is play Wrecker first. I blow up a resource and then I can't
Yeah,
flip
that would've
Anakin.
been Bad.
And I was like, oh no.
Can't do that on the video, man. We have recorded evidence.
Mhm.
Yeah, I worked it out.
Right?
No,
Okay.
are you claiming?
Yeah, yes.
Then take 3 more.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, if Anakin can get the control early, that's a tough one to stop.
Well, and this is what I was talking about with Anakin. Like, you know, when you compare this to the Sabine Data Vault, you don't have this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and he has to deal with it because if he just decides to race me and go base, I'm like, cool, Anakin just hit you for a gazillion now.
I think I'll just be aggressive and put the saber on K2.
I mean, I'm only 8 away from killing you.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really else I could do.
yeah, 7 to base.
5, 6, 7. I'll kill.
Wait, you have a
What?
card in your hand.
I don't think it really matters.
Was it
It
get
may not
like
matter,
Rebel
yeah.
Assault or something?
Yeah, but
That's
it
probably-
doesn't.
I mean, I just kill you
matter.
with red 5.
Yeah,
so.
GG. You got it.
All right.
So I think Rebel Assault at least would do a bunch. What would that do? Like 8 and 4. I mean, 12
Yeah, but
damage.
But it's only
enough,
24,
Yeah.
and I'm at 1.
Anakin's
so
ability was really effective there.
definitely.
Multiple times.
Well,
too,
I think when
right?
you have the play, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm just saying, comparing it to like, you know, we're talking about the difference of like, what if Cassian? What if
Yeah.
Anakin? Like, the leader ability was pretty impactful there, and then obviously the flip was
Well, the
really
fact
good
that
too.
Anakin
Yeah.
comes out of the same turn as Cassian is just kind of unfair. When you
Yeah,
think
because
about it.
Anakin is just way better, way more
Anakin is a
impactful.
Way more impactful flip.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
especially if I have bravado or the saber in my hand or
Yeah.
something too.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, though, he's a probably 6-7 overwhelm.
It is kind of interesting how it goes though, because Cassian's going to lose initiative by using his ability, and Anakin wants to retain initiative and use his ability as a. It's kind of just like an interesting contrast.
What other good? Like, I feel like I want more overwhelm too. Like, I've got K2 and Anakin himself, but I'm like,
You only
trying to
really
think-
have one other option,
Hmm.
Steadfast.
Yeah, steadfast.
but
I
that's
don't
not
think
a
I want to
rebel,
play
and it's
that.
not heroism, right?
It's not a rebel. I'm not playing ECL, and it's not heroism. So it's
So-
got way too many strikes.
It
Yeah.
hurts a lot of things.
I think that's the only one. Though, isn't it?
Dendup's loyalist.
What is that?
A 2-cost.
Oh, I know.
2-3
Yeah,
overwhelm.
I know that one.
That with Anakin's ability is okay, but if you're running,
Is it
Rebels,
Rebel?
No,
No.
it's not Rebel. It's not Hero. So like
All right.
technically it's an option.
There's
it's
a
not
there's a
good
dream
option.
card out
Do
there.
any of like the script, like the skiffs have it?
Not that I can think.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. The Green Ambusher one. That you're
yeah,
I can't
or
think
any
one
of
that does have it,
those.
It's a good question. Now I'm curious.
Okay, I'll play A-wing. I'll claim.
Pass. Okay. I love when you draw 2 of the same card. You're like, I guess I'll resource one of
I
those.
do the same. I think the same.
3 to base.
Did we reset? No.
Yeah. No, I think 12 sounds good.
Oh, Advanced Recon Commando.
How about
Republic
5 to
Clone
base?
Trooper, 4/3 Overwhelm.
I'll play the Masterpiece.
I get initiative now.
Was I not gonna play a unit?
You want to ping?
Yeah. Yes.
You
The
might have.
AT/DP Occupier. Also.
Okay, stop drawing the same cards. That's not cool.
And that's with all the relevant ones. MC30 Assault for you might be interesting.
Yeah, I guess I could just do sort by 3 to base.
3 base.
This is where I was talking about with the race, where I'm kind of like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. This speed of the race, you're right. But
I'll put Chewie here.
Don't love that.
then the speed changed.
Mm-hmm. I'm still ahead and have a lot more health, though, so I'm not totally terrified of that as I normally would be. All right, so he's going to say, I guess what I'm thinking here is, do I try to do the pass? Because I could Anakin this into Sabine if he were to flip. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think you do it at least once, probably, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the point?
It's not like I'm not going to take 6.
Yeah, but
or
it's like,
7.
yeah, obviously. But then it's like, you know, if I don't plan on playing that game anyway, all right, I'll pass once. But the point is, if I'm not going to play that
7
game
to
anyway,
base.
Yeah, that extra ping on damage is pretty big there too.
yeah, I don't think I can play that game. I got to go base.
I generally agree with you.
I'll deploy and do 3 base.
That being said,
play him,
doing,
obviously.
doing it once is
And
probably
pass.
okay.
Usually when you know I'm not going to not take 3.
Not what I would have expected. That's all.
And I resource you?
Yeah.
What
No,
would-
you're totally fine to do what you know better than I do. I
Well-
just wasn't expecting that one.
Well, now you got me second guessing.
Well, he's got to do 16 to kill me. That seems like 7, 9, 10, 11, 13. He might be able to.
I mean, he's got 10 in space, so
Well,
Okay.
take 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
fair point.
Puts me at 20, which is not good. 3 to base.
3 to your base.
And then let's just see here. Maybe I shouldn't have resourced that Sharkey, actually, in hindsight.
I think you can still get it.
Yeah.
You have a sequence.
7 to base.
No, you can't.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Fair point.
GG, because I had
He had the same one, yeah.
So I resourced the 4 cause.
I was thinking you were going to want 2 of them.
It wouldn't matter. I had you in.
Yeah.
I had you in 2.
Well, the Rebel Assault was it.
Yeah. I wasn't
Because-
I saw that.
I mean, getting 7 here, and the fact that I wasn't able to use ECL in that game really is annoying. I had a wrecker to do that for the next turn.
Mhm.
I think it's really you ECL as early as possible, or
Yeah.
you wait until
In
Anakin.
an aggro mirror for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, those are good games.
The interesting part is that you actually did have lethal on the board and in hand. So,
Yeah.
Well, I guess unless you really break.
Well,
that.
Sabine is definitely faster.
Yeah.
Than Anakin, than this. Just what we see, like the top.
Yeah, the question is with more health, if I can
Yeah, if
last.
you could
if I can
balance
last
it.
till the Anakin flip, then I'm gonna win. Right?
Yeah.
Like if I make it to the flip turn, I'm gonna kill you.
You're
Yeah.
in a good spot.
So
for
it's
sure.
a question of and that's why we were talking about. I think I want the Echo base defenders.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, just imagine also like how much different that game would have been if this A-wing was a Phoenix Squadron A-wing,
Yeah.
right? Because then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
and then
it's
Chewie's
an
getting
8.
bigger.
and I'm still getting the ping.
Yeah.
So like in that opening hand, I was like, oh, this is nice because of the masterpiece, but I was worried because
It's all red.
I knew that I'm only getting the ping
Right.
as opposed to the ping plus experience.
Right now on the sideboard, I have this nonsense.
That's not
I think-
doing
I think you
anything
do hold
here.
one.
In this matchup, it's not doing anything.
You know what? I think that if you're gonna play, I would honestly go and try Radis.
Radis or home one.
Just
Yeah, home one.
or even
like
like Tantive.
Well, and I have these in the sideboard just to also go with that because they're rebels.
Yeah.
I think maybe at least I cut that down. But I think what I learned was in the main board, I want Echo Base Defenders because they're rebels
Yeah.
and they're really good. But in the sideboard, I want to get in the 2/6 Sentinel ship,
The
Oh,
Bright
right.
Hope.
Bright Hope. I don't
Yeah.
have those because in that situation, in a race situation, I just slam a Bright Hope, eat a bunch of damage, and then run ahead of you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I've got Bright Open
I think one thing I'd think about with this deck is like you are pretty weak to the Saber, and with 60 cards, it's harder to get that upgrade hate.
Well, I guess I'm kind of what I'm looking at is I need to sequence. I just need to be aware against Sabine that I because of Anakin's ability, almost all of my turn 2 plays can trade into Sabine.
Yeah.
And if I think they have Saber, if they're playing into Saber, I just have to play the pass game and kill on flip.
Well, if they're doing that, they're not going to go to space, and they're going to put enough units down here.
Yeah.
And they're likely going to have more actions than you. So I think it's going to take the pass game for you to be able to pull that off. But it'll be interesting to see. Either way, a really fun set of games. Got some interesting results. I think, Cassian was stronger than I expected it to be, but still was solid. Anakin Data Vault def has some more exploring to do. I'd really like to see how this would do into like a softer control build, or even like a Ray Tarkin town
that'd be interesting.
that's like really stalling.
Well, you can see I'm playing this
Yeah.
like I don't have force throws in here. I don't have.
Also,
This is Sabine.
I wonder how this deck's
You
gonna
know?
be versus like a Luke shielded deck, or like a deck with shields. I think could really slow this down too, because then that trade up doesn't matter as much, But interesting all around. Hope you guys enjoyed this very long video for today. We'll be coming back more with some live content and some more gameplay for you. So until next time, for Sharkey, for Jordan, I'm Jordan. For
And,
Kyle.
yeah, sure.
We'll talk to you soon, and make it a great day.